of batch cooking, what about batch sewing? Hi, I'm Sarah from sewingmastery.com, and Happy New Year. I want to share a few things that might make your sewing room and your sewing style a little bit more efficient in the new year. An update from us. We have been working on filming the new Dream Big floral panels on your machines, so you can watch for those courses coming out soon. There are links below in the description of this YouTube video for you to check out once those courses have been launched. So we do free video tutorials on tons of different machines, brands, and models from Husqvarna Viking, Pfaff, and Bernina. And I've really gotten into quilting on the embroidery machine and really learning the techniques needed for rehooping, and also to make it look like you've done it on a long arm machine or had a professional quilt it. I have acquired a whole bunch of Dream Big panels to work on, and it's actually been quite a nice little project that has been something a little different for me. Here's another Dream Big panel that I actually just finished putting the binding on now, and I can't wait to have it hanging up in the collection of all the panels that we've embroidered with these beautiful designs. We'll also put a link to where you can find these embroidery designs and get a discount when you use our link to go to that website. If you're watching this video on your phone and you don't know how to access the description and all the links that we're talking about, click here to open up and get all the info that you're looking for. Many of you know we have a retail store in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and this coming year we are moving to a new location that is going to be bigger and better. So if you are following us and coming through the area, check out heirloomcreations.net for the latest in updates for when we actually do move into our brand new 12,000 foot location that's conveniently located near one of our interstates. We have a Hilton Garden Inn right next door, which we do plan on hosting some bigger events right next door, as our properties are right next to each other. But what about this batch sewing that we were talking about? I was inspired by one of our students who comes to our sewing retreats, and she talked about how she batches her sewing. And we kind of had to ask, like, what do you mean? And she went on to explain that she usually has a couple projects going, so she's normal and she's one of us. And what she does is that she sews on all the projects, and then she irons all the projects. And then she gets ready and cuts all the next steps. And what we can see is that there's multiple times where we just sew a few stitches and then we iron and then we cut. And we sew a few stitches and we iron and we cut. And those times as we move from station to station can actually add up to quite a bit of time. So if you're like us and you have a lot of projects that you want to actually kind of get done, or you want to be working on because you want to do that one, and oh, I want to do that project and that one too, is why not work on all of them at once? If you took a little time for some planning, you could set up kind of a, not so much a schedule, but a plan of attack. Number one, to keep everything separate and not get confused. Some clear bins and project organizers to kind of keep each project going, but contained. And what if we could sit down and sew for a longer time? So we host a lot of sewing retreats, and we do find people kind of do some prep, some cutting. So when they come to the retreat, they're doing the sewing part, the fun part, when they're with their friends. And so some of those times when we're looking at getting prepared for a class, pre-cutting something prior to arriving so you can just sit down and enjoy the sewing, that's kind of what we're talking about. But what else could we do in our sewing room? Could we set up a couple stations a little differently than what you have currently, where you can go and sew a whole bunch of projects, maybe with some places to keep things organized, maybe an extra table set up. Then we go and cut, and we do more cutting all at once. And maybe we have some tools that are tucked in drawers that we're not using that we could put out. So we're not going from here to here and not having the tool we need. We've all done that, right? You get to the ironing board and wish you had some scissors. And we get to the cutting table and we wish we had you know what I'm talking about. So take a look at your next project or a couple projects and see what we could kind of group together. We do so much of this, or we see videos on it, in our kitchen, batch cooking and doing prep for, instead of just cutting one onion, we cut, say, 4 onions, but they're for 4 different recipes. And we can kind of see that that would make sense. So let's bring some of those creative organizational videos you've all been watching over the last couple years, and let's put it to use in our sewing room. Another thing you could think about is when you go to have your sewing machine serviced, you take them all in at once. Maybe that's what you need to do, is schedule your time without those machines so they can get serviced all together. That would be a perfect example of batching your service as one trip to the store with all your machines, and then they come back all ready, fresh and clean and ready to use. Remember, if you are an embroiderer, take your embroidery unit as well. Embroidery modules need to be serviced, and it's just as important as having the machine service. Take your serger in. You have an extra machine that somebody uses when they come to visit you, take that in as well. So your main machines always stay up to date and ready without any hiccups for each time you're able to sit down to sew. And if it's been a little bit since you've decluttered your sewing room and you feel like you don't have room to do more than one project at a time, we're going to highlight this video that we did with one of our local organizational people and listen for some of those great tips that we can do and kind of get ready for something a little bit more exciting, such as working on more than one project at a time. So I know I have a busy year ahead of me, filming machines, filming online courses, moving our entire operation to a new location. And something I always talk about each year is something that I've continued to do and I always highlight in my annual videos is the happiness project. So this is a little journal that I started actually, I have to take a look, 8 years ago now. So every page is the day of the week, but then there's enough empty spaces for a total of 5 years worth of information. Just a highlight of what's been happening. Actually, we needed to go back through and find some things that we did over the summer and what dates they happened on. And I say we because my husband needed to update some information. And he's like, what days did we do that on? And I was able to, we just sat down and I went back through and we found all of the dates that he needed, and it was so awesome actually just to go back and reread. So not only do I have one complete book finished, but I'm already on to the next book and still have time to fill that up. So it's been fun. And when I need a little pick-me-up, I can go back and read through. So if you haven't done something like that, a way to just jot down what you do accomplish. Sometimes our lives get so busy and we realize, or we don't realize, that we have actually gotten so much done. So try something new, whether it's writing things down, doing some batch sewing, or joining me in an online course to help you master more of your sewing machine or embroidery machine. If you're unsure which of our courses would be right for you, drop us an email at info@sewingmastery.com and I'll create a list of courses that are right for you and your exact machine. So send in your machine and model number with your email and what you want to learn, or just a list of all the classes that are dedicated for the machine you own. Happy New Year!